YouTube, welcome back to another video from Wtf Rc Cars. So we've seen on social media, Flysky's posted that there is a new firmware out for the G7P. So I wanted to get you guys a video on it. The changelog says that it improves the timeout settings for if you don't touch wheel or throttle, where it'll start beeping. You can play around with settings for that now. And apparently they've tweaked the voltage settings for the alarms and everything, so I thought that'd be quite nice. Unfortunately, I have used the Flysky Assistant V3 to do this video, and it's completely bricked the G7P. I can't find any way of recovering this. I've tried doing both the firmware version updates that are in the options on V3. I've also tried downloading the standalone firmware updater, and every time it does the same as when it initially crashed it. It gets through to 99% and then just says it's failed the CRC check, which basically means the firmware's erased the ROM, it's writ to it, but then it hasn't writ it properly. I don't know if the issue is a corruption in the firmware or the driver that it uses to communicate with it. I've done this on Windows 11, which I've used to back up the memories from it successfully. I've also used that to update the MB4. Also updated the firmware on my Blackmagic 6K Pro camera that I'm actually using to record this. I did that update first because that's USB, used the same USB cable for the G7P, so I know the cable's not to fault. But it has completely killed it. I've had a Google Translate on this, and it basically just translates to don't operate while it's updating, but there's no option to do anything. The update just crashed out. Said retried it multiple times, retried it with the firmware updater, and then in end I've just disconnected it. I've tried powering it off, tried powering it on, holding various button combinations, see if I could get into a service menu like you can with the Pro and the MB4, but nothing seems to trigger anything other than the error message on screen. So unfortunately, the G7P will no longer be getting any more videos done of it unless Flysky replace it, because it's dead. But I did make this video, so it's just a warning. At the minute, I would not attempt to update it using the Flysky Assistant V3. I have on multiple occasions given feedback to Flysky on Flysky Assistant V3. In my eyes, it's not fit for release. It's very buggy, and this is the result we get from it. I personally think the earlier versions of Assistant were a lot better. They worked a lot faster without the need to register and the incredible lag, just not responding, and I think that's probably what's killed this. But let's show you how it happened, and at least you can avoid it happening to your G7P. Right, so first thing you're going to want to do is plug your G7P into the PC using your USB-C cable. Then we're going to want to launch Flysky's website, so flysky-cn.com. You're going to want to go to Products, Surface, and G7P, and then Downloads and Upgrades. Then you're going to want to scroll to the bottom. You're going to want to click Download on Flysky Assistant. You're going to want to save that to your Downloads folder. I've already got it downloaded, so I'm not going to re-download it. Once that's downloaded, you just double click on it and click next, and then it'll install it for you. Then on your desktop, you'll have a little Flysky Assistant V3 icon. You can double click that, and then all you need to do is register to get your login details. And I've got a video on how to set up Assistant V3 and how to register it, so I'll link that at the end of this video. Then you get to wait for the connecting to server, which seems to take an absolute eternity. I started this going before I started recording this, and we're still waiting for it to connect. And I've not got the world's fastest internet, but I do get 60 meg down, 20 up. And let's have a look. So as you can see, it's not the PC that it's waiting for. We've got 16 core 32 thread and 64 gig of RAM, and it's not waiting on the network either. It is this slow, so don't think your computer can't run it. It's just unbelievably slow. But in the meantime, you can make sure that you've got your controller connected with your USB-C cable. What we should get is this load up, and then we should get our devices online. So if we click into this first, then you're going to want to go to export, because we're going to want to back up as model memories. Load model memories. So you can select the ones you want, or you can just select all, and then you click export, and it's going to ask you where you want to save them. So on my desktop I have an Assistant V3 folder, and I keep all the controllers in it with my current backup. So you press save, that's going to back your model memories up for you, and then at least you know you can restore them if you need to. And if you want to check and make sure, it should have created a file in that folder location. Right, next thing we're going to want to do is click on this page, and it may or may not fill this in. So I'll put a little clip of what we're doing on the controller. So you want to go into your menu, and then you want to go to the system menu. You want to go into that, firmware update, and it tells you to make sure your batteries are charged, and then click OK. That puts it in update mode. Then it'll redetect. I've got a weird little club shape. Be interesting to know if the rest of you get that. So I am on version 1022. If we click update firmware, it's asking you to back up first, but we've already done that, so we should be okay to click update. And so we have 1023 and 1024 available to us. So we want to go for 1024, that's the latest. If you need the instructions, you can download it, but if you needed the instructions, you probably wouldn't have got to this point. So once you make sure that your controller's in update mode, click continue. It should now be able to download the actual update file that it's going to use, and then hopefully this will be updating our G7P. Now if you forget to put it into update mode, it'll probably still say updating do not operate on the controller, but it'll probably crash Assistant and not update your controller, and then you unplug it and it's just back on the same firmware. So make sure you do the step where you put your controller into update mode first. Now I'm not sure if this is going to delete the model memories or anything, or if it'll retain them, but we've got them backed up just in case. So first attempt, complete failure. Controller's still saying it's in update mode, so let's try again. Seems suspiciously quick at downloading it. And we're not getting anything different showing on the actual controller itself. See if it completes this time. Nope. So let's see if we can take the controller out of update mode, power it back up. And we've got a warning, what looks like it's in Chinese, and the controller's not even attempting to boot. So let's see if we can do anything else with this, or if the G7P is now ready for bin. Nope. I would say I highly recommend not trying to attempt to use Flysky Assistant V3, because it's more than likely going to brick your controller. So let's try and download the firmware updater. So same location, and you just download it, then click on it, and then it'll open up to this page. So if we click that and then click update, and I would say there's a pretty good chance that this new update has just completely bricked the G7P. So there you go. Unfortunately, one dead G7P. Shame, because I really like this control. Flysky have yet to come back to me, but it is weekend, so I've put a warning on the posts on social media that they've shared, just to give you guys a heads up. If any of you have managed to successfully update the G7P with it, please comment below what OS you were running, whether you did it through Assistant V3 or the standalone updater, and if anybody's got any ideas how we can fix this, I'd be happy to try anything, because at the minute it's dead. The batteries were fully charged in the controller, as whenever I do firmware updates I always make sure the power source is fully charged. It does look like it powers from the USB though, so maybe the batteries being charged doesn't affect it, but it does advise you to make sure they're fully charged on the update instructions. Before I updated it, I did go into menu on controller and put it into update mode, and then it's shown up in Assistant V3. The only thing that I find which could be part of the cause of this, and I'd be interested to know what firmware versions you have, but this was a very early version and came with 1022. In Assistant V3, you've only got two versions available, 23 and 24, 24 being the latest. 22 weren't listed, so whether this is just a pre-production version of firmware and that's why it's crashed out on V3, not sure. Hopefully Flysky will get back to me with a bit more information. Be nice if they could send me the instructions to get into DFU mode so I could factory restore it. That'd be an option, but shame, because I really like this little controller. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, share to friends and family, and catch you guys again in the next one.